In this episode of the 2018 Diesel Power Challenge, presented by XDP, it's time for our competitors to hook up a trailer weighing 11,500 pounds and go down the 8th mile.
It is a beautiful morning here at Bandimere Speedway for day number 3 of the Diesel Power Challenge presented by XDP. And this is a big day. We actually have 3 events today. One is the cone course, which can be a lot of fun and, well, we can kill a lot of cones. One is the drag race. With 9 trucks entered in the competition this year, we're going to qualify 8 of them, and then they're going to run heads up. The winner gets the drag racing title. The third event happening today is the trailer tow, and that's the biggie. The trailer weighs over 10,000 pounds. It'll be hooked up to these trucks and they will pull it to the 8th mile, and it's just a timed event. It is not actually a race. But it's different from a sled pull. A lot of these trucks have pulled sleds before. When you're pulling a sled, you're spinning the tires the entire time when you're out there on the dirt. But with the trailer pull, you're looking for traction. You want to get the trailer moving. You need to be smooth off the starting line and then pour the power on out in the middle of the race course. But since the trucks are not spinning the tires, this one can be really hard on drive lines. When you're trying to put 700, 800, or over 1,000 horsepower down and you're not spinning the tires, well, sometimes the drive shaft, the transmission, even the axles can become a victim. It'll be something to watch for. The trailer is heavier than it was last year. And just as a point of reference, last year's low ET was 9.48 seconds. If a driver gets in the 10s, that's pretty good. If a driver gets in the 9s, that's spectacular. But a driver that gets out of the trailer pull with his truck intact, that's going to be the key, because this event is very hard on equipment and it'll be the first event of the day. You've got to survive the trailer pull if you want to get onto the drag race and then, of course, to the cone course. It's a busy day here at Bandimere, and it's time to get started. Alan Burke up first, trying to build the boost. Inching his way up onto the drag strip starting line. Almost set, now ready. He's past 60 foot. He has accepted the run. 330 feet. Making some smoke through the top end. 13:22 at 50.33 miles an hour. Alan's probably going to be a little disappointed with that. We'll catch up with him when he comes back. All right, Alan, you've put up the time to beat at 13.22 seconds. Happy with that?
I'm pretty happy. We put nitrous in last night, so that definitely helped bring the turbo to life for this event. First one down, I mean, it sets the bar, but I mean, I'm sure there's someone going to beat it. Hopefully it'll keep me in somewhere in the middle, but we'll go from there, I guess. I felt confident with it.
Well, yesterday you had to sit around and wait for your turn. Now you're going to have to sit around and wait and see where you end up.
Yeah, I hated waiting, but everyone helped out so I could get my truck ready for on the dyno. We didn't do the best there, but today I think we did good with adding the nitrous, so.
Now, one thing you're going to see that's drastically different on this truck from Alan's truck, which ran moments ago, is Travis will not be spooling the motor up against a converter trying to get turbo boost. The 6-speed transmissions in these trucks are certainly designed to be bulletproof, but I don't know that they're designed to be speed shifted. And here he goes. A little bit of tire chatter there, but he did go to the next gear past the 60-foot clock. So he's going to accept this run. That thing looks like it's moving around down track a little bit. There's the 8th mile timer, 14.99 seconds. One thing that cost him, I think, with the manual transmission, the time off the throttle when you're in between gears, the truck's not accelerating, but that does all add up to your time. Well, Travis, I guess a victim of tire spin, huh?
Yeah, we ended up spinning first 2 gears off, second and third. Started blowing them off in third, so I pedaled it. Once it cleared up a little bit, grabbed fourth and just ran it out. So,
well, this is kind of a one-shot deal. Now, you did have a chance to give up the run, but by the time that you decided to do that, it was too late, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was already blowing the tires off past the give-up mark, so.
He did get it down there. We'll just have to wait and see what everybody else did. 2 trucks down, 7 to go. Garrett Hussein pulling the truck up. JD out in front. Now, remember, JD's an alum. He's been through this battle before. And he's down here, as well as Dimitri, who we talked to yesterday. They're coaching some of the guys that are going through this for the first time. There really is a bit of a strategy involved, especially in the trailer pull. We heard Garrett say that they're going to try to lower the power level a little bit, get this thing cleanly off the starting line, and then try to pour the beans to it out in the middle. I got to tell you, the first time after he pushed the pedal down twice, I thought he might back that one up and try it again, but he decided to take it on down the track. 11:09 is solid. 72 miles an hour is not too shabby either, and they definitely could have got more if they could have got that truck to make an initial move cleanly here on the starting line, but that'll put him in the lead for now. All right, Garrett, you've got the best run so far, both ET and speed, but you still think you left a little something on the table?
I think so. I mean, I left pretty poorly, to be honest, and that's just kind of inexperience, but you get one shot at it. And so I probably should have tried again, but that's all right. Blew a boot right before the end of the track, and there's a little more on the table. So
11:09 is not bad. Right now, he's got the best run we've seen so far. 3 trucks down, 6 more to go. Trey has received his last-minute instructions from KJ, competition director here, and now he'll roll it up. You heard him say that the truck is leaving in 2-wheel drive. We're going to watch closely and see if he gets enough traction in 2-wheel drive. Okay, the tree is green. It's completely in the hands of Trey. He'll spool it up, roll it off easy. Well, I know he said he wanted to take it easy, but oh, look at that thing smoking the tires out in the middle when the power came on. This is definitely not going to be the time that he hoped for. 17 seconds, 41 miles an hour. The truck was very lazy off the starting line, and of course that costs you a lot of time when you leave that slow. But this is a one-shot contest here at the Trailer Bowl. He's stuck with it. Trey Hutton pulls up with a smile on his face, getting a little grief from some of your competitors about the 2-wheel drive strategy. If you had to do it all over again, would you?
No, we'd still use 2-wheel drive. I wouldn't get into it as hard. I didn't think lockup would come on and break them loose like it did. Got out of it again, got back into it again. It did the same thing. So,
well, you did give all the guys something to smile about back at this end of the racetrack, and I think he had some fun with it as well. And Cody Pulliam going to start it boosting up as he eases his way into the beams. Remember, reaction time doesn't matter here. Just sit on the bulb as long as you have to until you're ready to go. It really is a balance, though, between trying to be aggressive enough to win the competition and trying to be careful enough that you don't hurt your truck. I thought he would give that one up. Whoa. That is a wild ride down there for Cody. You can hear the tires squalling all the way back from the starting line. That thing was in a 4-wheel spin when he tried to put the power to it out there. 13:34 at 64 miles an hour, and I got to believe that was way more aggressive than the racetrack was willing to take. Well, Cody, a little on the aggressive side, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely really aggressive. I'd say I wasn't expecting that at all. I'd say, like, I never pulled with that on tune 5. I'd say I pulled that other backhoe at home on tune 3, but on tune 5, it's way too aggressive.
Difficult competition here when you only get one shot at it. I mean, no practice run, no do-over. You're kind of stuck with what you got now.
Yeah, I'm stuck with what I got, and I'm happy with it. I still did 13, and I say it is what it is, but I'm just going to back the power down, and I'll spray it a little bit less. So
the most important thing he told us a minute ago was not to hurt the truck, and he did not hurt the truck, so we'll see him in the drag race competition later on this afternoon. Shane is building boost with the Cummings, getting ready to ease it in. He said he was going to try to get it off early and then just kind of put the beans to it out there in the middle. Okay, that's a nice start. Power starting to come in now. Spun a tire, looked like when the real power came in. Getting after the top end of the racetrack. I'm pretty blind from my vantage point. 13:64, that's not too shabby. That's not bad compared to what we've seen so far. All right, Shane, maybe a little bit aggressive out there in the middle, but overall not a bad run.
Yeah, it's a different ball game when you have 10,000 pounds on the back and you got a manual valve body, you're locking up switches. Looks like a fighter jet in here, flipping knobs, hitting nitrous. So got a little squirrely, backed out of it, got back in it, smoothed out, and made a solid run mid-pack.
You happy with it?
Yeah, still together. We're going to move on to the next event.
The next event, of course, is the drag race, and that takes place today as well. See a little nitrous purge there on Andrew Morrison's truck. Oxygen is a premium, especially when you're here in Denver. The type of altitude that we deal with at this racetrack, both real and adjusted. Yesterday, at times, it was over 9,000 feet of corrected altitude. That means there's not a whole lot of oxygen in the air to burn, and oftentimes the best solution to that is to add a little of your own out of one of them big bottles. That's going to be a good run. It's squalling the tire, but it's still going straight. Andrew's putting the power to it now. 1177, 65 miles an hour, and almost 66 miles an hour with a 10,000-pound trailer behind him. Andrew, that looked like he had a really good run going. Looked like he squeezed the power out there and started squealing the tires, but it was still moving.
Yeah, it was moving pretty good. I was waiting to see the number, and I saw it pop up, and I was pretty happy with it. I came out, rolled into it like my game plan, and then just kept digging with it.
Was it as much fun to drive as it was to watch? Because it looked like a really good run.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I mean, the steering felt tight. It didn't torque, pull to either side like I thought it would. I felt pretty good about it.
He's sitting in second place right now. We have yet to see a truck get into the 10-second range. Of course, we have yet to see a truck that made 1,400 horsepower on the dyno yesterday. Cody will spool it up. Now he sounds like he's ready. That's a smooth start. He put the power to it. Oh, that's a really good run with a lockup, kind of moving around top end. Watch this number, 10:22. That's the best we've seen so far this year by a bunch. But a 10:22 is going to put him in first place right now with just one truck left to go. Cody, what makes you more nervous, driving this truck, pulling that trailer, or having to talk to me when it's over with?
Probably talking to you.
Your team looked like they were scared to death when you pulled that thing up there, just nervous and hoping that you could pull it off. You did.
Yeah, I made a decent pass. A little rough, but stayed in it and worked out good.
It definitely was making a move towards the top end of the racetrack, kind of squirreling around out there when you poured the power to it, but 10:22 is solid, especially pulling this kind of weight.
I agree. I mean, yeah, I got on nitrous, and that's when it got a little bit squirrely at the end of the track. So, but yeah, I had to stay in it.
They're trying to get back into the thick of this competition after having the DNF on Monday. Best in the dyno, and so far best in the trailer pull. One truck left. For Zach Scholes, this is a huge run. They had an issue on the drivability test on Monday. So if they want to get back into the contest here, they definitely need a solid showing. You'll see him start ramping the boost up. Truck is staged, and he can go whenever he's ready. Boy, that thing started really squalling through the middle. He rolled it off soft and then got on the power hard. 12:02 comes up on the board, 66.87 miles an hour. Definitely soft at this end, but once he ramped the power into that thing, it was a wild ride. Zach, you needed a good run. You got a good run. First place was probably out of reach, but boy, your crew was celebrating.
Oh yeah, we're ecstatic about it. I'm really happy with it.
Where do you go from here now, the drag race? Give me an idea about what your chances are there.
As far as the drag race goes, I mean, we're just we're going to have to just play it hard. I mean, a lot of these trucks are set up for drag setups, and we knew going into this that this was going to be our toughest shot. So we're going to give it all we got and try and make up for it with the obstacle course and the sled pull.
They're trying to make it back into the competition. Solid finish here in the trailer pull. Well, the Bobcat is going to head back to its normal life now of moving dirt around on construction sites. I'm glad we got to use it for today's trailer pull, though. Probably not a big surprise that the top two in the dyno yesterday were the top two in the trailer pull today. Cody Cook's truck is mean, no question about it. Garrett Osain's truck is pretty solid as well. In third place, Andrew Morrison might have been a bit of a surprise finisher, but he definitely picked up some points. We're halfway down now. 3 events finished, 3 to go in the Diesel Power Challenge presented by XDP.